Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the attention stage at MadFest 2025. Now, for those of you in the audience, many of you have done this before, it's silent disco rules. So behind you, you will see your headphones. You could probably hear me, but you might not. If you can put the headphones on, the headphones have volume control, so if I am booming in your ears, you can turn me down. If you can't hear me, you can turn me up. It is a weird thing, the silent disco thing, because as an audience, you treat it almost like a podcast and you nod along. But I assure you, having done this before, it is tremendously valuable to the speakers if you are a bit more expressive. So if you think it's good, you have to laugh, you have to smile, lots of teeth. If you disagree with stuff, you have to physically boo, and you have to do this sort of action. Otherwise, they won't know that you profoundly disagree with them. So emotion and emoting is very, very important, and is actually one of the themes of the stage today. So my name is Mike Follet. I'm the CEO of Lumen. I think this is the 8th year in a row that Lumen has appeared at MadFest. And this attention stage grows each year with more and more people coming as the topic of attention goes from being a bit of a sort of weird sort of side story in the world of advertising and marketing to being absolutely crucial to what we do. And I love coming up here and talking at MadFest because Lumen has grown in the same way that MadFest has grown over the years. So we used to have, on the very first time, a little picnic table there, and then we had a booth, and now we are sponsoring the bar. I urge all of you to go and talk to the team at Lumen, have a cold drink, get some fresh air with a fan, and talk like that. We've got a jam-packed 2 days all about attention. The next, we've got about 30 talks, panel discussions, presentations, interactive events, all about attention over the next 2 days. And then on Thursday, a morning full of masterclasses about what people have been up to and how they've been putting it into practice. And that's really testament to the way in which the whole industry is now thinking about the topic of attention. Like I said, it's gone from being a funny little observation that maybe, just maybe, not everyone is paying attention all the time, to now something that is embedded within the way in all advertising agencies, all media agencies think and plan on the basis of attention. And as things have progressed, so our understanding of attention has grown. And that's going to be one of the big themes of today. In previous years, we've made a big deal out of just saying the basic facts of attention. Did you know that not everyone is looking at everything all the time? Later, we went on to show, you know what, when people look at ads, they work. And we've had endless presentations showing that attention is really, really important. And then of late, we've had lots of media owners come along and say, you know what, our media is really good at generating attention as well. And there's been a sort of general theme of just making the initial observations to showing that this can be useful, it can be valuable, and it can help distinguish between different media. But this year, we're going a stage further again. And I think there are sort of two big themes that will come out across almost all the talks that we're talking about this year. The first one is that there's more to attention than vision. We have 5 senses, and for the last few years, we've really been focusing on just one of them, which is visual attention. We've got some talks today about about different forms of visual attention, audio visual attention, TV and CTV and things like that, or visual attention outside of the things you might immediately think of. But really, we've got lots and lots of talks about sound, about taste, about smell, about touch. All the other senses that we have are also tremendously important for us to consider. So what's really exciting is we've got, I think, 3 or 4 different talks about sound, ranging from sound in advertising, in the creative, to sonic media, to how sound can help build surprise and the sonic cues that actually get you to think about and notice things at all. And so we won't just be talking about visual attention this year, we're talking about lots of other media as well. But there's another dimension that we'll also be talking about, which is about time, about understanding how time makes a big difference in driving results, but also in just driving attention, how familiarity and people's previous knowledge of brands affects how people engage and how people notice. And so I think we have 2 really interesting extra dimensions to talk about. Yes, we're going to be talking about how attention drives actions, how attention drives memory, but I think the themes of the talks this year will expand our understanding beyond the basics. So we've got lots and lots of things to talk about other senses. But we're going to kick off with Simon Moore from Dreams and John Waite from Havas, who have been really putting all this attention data into practice, but really looking at things through the dimension of time, about how attention builds over time and delivers its greatest results, not in the instant, but by thinking of things through not just the 3rd dimension, but the 4th dimension as well.